What's going on, Excel fanatics? Vertex is here. Today I want to talk to you about setting yourself up with a monthly budget, making sure that you're living within your means. Now I know there's like a ton of templates and apps out there, but I wanted to just share this with you as maybe you find this possibly easier. Obviously, everybody has their own way of doing it, but I want to just kind of go over the things that I do to make sure that I'm saving properly month to month. So what I always tell people is at the very minimum, you want to have 3 accounts, right? So you want to have a savings account and you want to have 2 checking accounts, right? So let me just write those out. So you have savings. I'm going to call this checking 1 and then checking 2. So what I'm going to do for checking 1 is I'm going to label this as fixed expenses. And then checking 2, I'm going to call fun. And going into this, everybody has their own situation. This you have to adjust as needed, but I feel like this might help you get in the right direction. And even maybe you are pretty good at budgeting. When you kind of go through this process that I have set up, it kind of is a bit of a wake-up call for you. If you're not already doing a budget, you realize how much money you're spending in a day, and it's just kind of like wow. So hopefully this kind of helps put things in perspective. So I made up net amount. So this is the amount that for you would want to make sure this is the amount that's take home. So this is everything after taxes. This is the money you actually get to put in your hands after you've been working for the month. And if you've been doing any research or anything like that, and like I said, everybody's situation is different, but the best case scenario that I've seen is maybe a 50% of your check goes towards your fixed expenses. So these are the expenses that don't change every month. So your rent, car insurance, maybe your cell phone bill, things like that. Savings, 20%, and then checking 30. So now if you need to double check yourself for the percents, you can just add those up and just make sure you get 100% there. So if you want to do that quick formula to have it distribute for you, do equals, I'm going to hit F4 here just so I lock in this B2. And then I'm going to multiply it by each of these percents. So I'm actually going to just drag this down. And you see how this auto-filled for me? And if I actually highlight everything, you see down here, and my sum is 1,500, 1,500. So we know that worked. So this kind of can help you, especially if if you have direct deposit. If you're not using, I'm pretty sure everybody uses direct deposit if they can. This is a good way to help you kind of break down how you can send your money to different accounts without you have to manually thinking about it. It's just a better way to do it, and the more automated things are, the more efficient you are as an individual. So it's just a better way to do it. So with this tells you how you can. This is the ideal way to budget yourself. However, like I said, everybody's situation is different. And sometimes this really isn't feasible. So what you need to kind of do is you need to obviously list out all your fixed expenses. And you need to figure out if you put all the money in one account that's meant to be spent for your fixed expenses, you got to make sure that that's going to be able to, at the very minimum, pay off the amount you need every month. Like if your fixed expenses is $800, but you only put $750 in, then yeah, you're coming up short $50 a month. So you need to either reduce your fixed expenses or you need to adjust accordingly, right? So if I increase that to 60 and reduce that maybe to 20, still 100%. And now that there's $900 going in there, I still have a little room to grow, and I'm making sure that my payments are all done on time. I'm going to take this a step further into a part 2. But I hope this kind of helped you kind of get the ball rolling and kind of give you an idea of how you should be kind of looking at your money month to month. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in part 2.